Martin, 0-0 here this evening in Seville in our first pre-season game. Just talk us through what you took from that match.
First half we were a little bit naive and wasn't brave enough, was probably a couple of yards off in the pressure moments, and allowed too many box entries. And the second half was then totally different, more aggressive, more front foot, a lot more direct with our pressing, and then with the ball braver, trying to be brave and maintain a possession more importantly, and got into the right areas. We regained on numerous high presses, we played through in nice areas, even though we had some good chances in the first half. I think the second half was more pleasing, but I just said to the players, we have to show more personality and more pride than the first half. But yeah, really pleased with the second half because we've created numerous chances, we've got in good positions, and we've showed more about what we want to be. And it'll take a little bit of time for the players to, in a first game, to really get going. But more importantly, it's a good step where we want to go.
You obviously talk about the second half with the chances we had, and guessing that's a positive for you that we're creating these chances. It's just now finding that next step of putting them in the back of the net.
Yeah, 100%. And I think once that confidence starts to come in front of goal, and we're trying to lift the players in that confidence and self-belief of how we want to play and the things we want to do, which is different to the players of how we're playing now, was very authentic to the club. And once we start taking those chances, we'll be in a good space.
And also at the other end of the pitch, keeping a clean sheet as well. In the first game might not seem much, but I'm guessing for you that's quite important.
Yeah, and I think in spells, I think Lisa pulled off a brilliant save in the first half when they went through 1v1, and they had some other half moments in front of goal, but probably more pleased in the second half they didn't have one box entry. So that's a big plus for us after the first half where they had numerous ones. So we were a bit more aggressive, a bit more compact, and didn't allow them to play through. And the clean sheet will give Lisa confidence in the back line, the players in there confidence, but more importantly we need more of the second half and less of the first half. And I'm sure we'll get that. The players know where we need to go and what we need to do, and this is more moving us in the right direction, building confidence and trying to build a real solid platform in the next 3 weeks.
It's obviously really tough conditions today with, I think it was about 39 degrees just before kick-off. But I'm guessing that's what the players need in their first pre-season games, especially in their legs.
Yeah, 100%, and we won't look at the heat or anything like that being a kind of an excuse for anything, because it's not. The first half went where we need to be. We kind of went back a little bit in terms of the steps we'd taken, and I think second half we went back to where we need to be. And more importantly, we have to use these opportunities when it is tough, and these are the moments where you can really lift the intensity and lift the endurance, more importantly physically, to going into the season. And we need to use these up more often, I think, moving forward. And playing against teams from different countries, especially in different leagues, will give us a different challenge, and Sevilla give us one tonight.
Yeah, and obviously this comes on the back end of a really intense week of training in southern Spain. Just talk us through how good that's been.
Yeah, really important, and I think more importantly for the group collectively, in terms of coming away and having a different viewpoint and a different scenery, being able to come away and really knuckle down and work on certain aspects, but also physically really challenge the players in some tough conditions for training. But more importantly, getting the group together, getting away and doing some culture work and some environment work to make sure that we understand where we're going and how we need to be together when we play. And more importantly, off the pitch we have to be together. And it was actually really nice to have some of the players together with us today who have been injured also, because more importantly you want to keep them connected with the group moving forward, but we want to make sure that they feel a part of it.
And just talk us through the sort of team selection going into this evening.
Yeah, I think more just trying to see relationships and certain connections on the pitch, and seeing players from the start that I want to see start a game and other players that I want to see coming in, and that will obviously chop and change throughout pre-season, so I get to see different players, and then some have missed out unfortunately. Ash Neville, Olivia Holt have missed out through some illness and a few knocks, but they've been in training, and they will be coming back into training. And then Kit, after having a bit of a longer injury, has been training really well, exceptionally well. This game again maybe comes too soon for her, and has put us in a good place. So hopefully with those players coming back into the fold, it makes it more competitive. More importantly, it'd be good to have them back. And then Luana and Ella, who are a little bit more longer term, are doing exceptionally well. So I want to make sure they stay connected with the group, more importantly, and hopefully we'll see them in the not so near future.
And just finally, obviously, a number of Spurs fans will have been watching the game back in the UK tonight. The first time they will have seen your side. Just talk about us with that. Yeah,
really important for me that the fans get to see the players, more importantly, but they also see that we're trying to change and turn the screw a little bit of how we want to look and how we should look as a Spurs team. That's still a work in progress, and there's still things we need to fine tune, and we know there's things we still need to be better at. But trying to really change that mentality and that attitude that we've got to be difficult to play against, but we've got to be very, very bright with the ball. And the fans, hopefully, they can push us, move us forward, and we want to do everything to make sure that we show the personality and passion they have, and all the pride that they have for us as a team. And if we can keep doing that, we can keep getting more to games. We can keep showing them what we're about, and more importantly, that's why we do what we do.
Thank you, Martin. Thank you. Olga, first of all, happy birthday. 0-0 here this evening in our first pre-season game. Just overall, give me your thoughts.
Yeah, I think it was a hard game today. The conditions were super warm. Yeah, today was really hot here, but I think we started a little bit poorly the first half, but I think we could do things better. We were more aggressive the second half, and I feel like we could win the ball a little bit higher up and create a little bit more out of that. But yeah, I think it was a step to the right direction, but yeah, it's a lot to learn.
Yeah. As you mentioned, obviously the first half, imagine with the weather, nearly 39 degrees, and first minutes in the legs, and guessing the second half, it just sort of felt like momentum was picking. Obviously, we had a number of good chances.
Yeah, I feel like the second half was a little bit better, and I feel like we did more of those things that we have been talking about and what we have been training. So we could see a little bit more of that. But I think next time we need to just start at a higher level already from the first half.
And just overall, how good was it to be back out there in the Spurs kit?
Yeah, it's of course nice to get started. We've been training hard, so to start to play games, it's of course a nice feeling.
And obviously, we've been here in southern Spain for the past few days for an intense training camp. Just overall, how's it gone?
I think it's been good. I think we've had good trainings. We've been learning a lot of new things. I think we are learning every day something, and I think it takes a little bit of time for us to get everything into the then when we're actually out there on the pitch. But I think, like I said, I think we're going to the right direction.
What are the main things that you've learned over these last couple of days?
We've been going through a lot of our build-up. I think we were struggling a little bit in the first half with that, but I think second half we could be a little bit higher up, and I think we got a little bit more control of the game, and I feel like we could keep them out of our half more, which gave us a little bit more time with the ball.
Yeah, and just talk about the importance of being in a new environment with all teammates, especially with some younger players coming in, Toko as well. Just talk us through how important it is having this new environment to build those relationships.
Yeah, I think it's been really good days for us, on and off the pitch. I feel like to spend that time together, and that we are outside of the pitch too, that we get to become a team. We have few new players, so yeah, it's really important.